Thank you for supporting another Psychonautic Space Monkey video. Please leave a comment with what we should cover next. At the end of the day, philosophy starts with us exploring new ideas. If you like this content, please consider to like and subscribe so we can bring you more valuable videos. St. Thomas Aquinas makes an argument for the existence of God in his third way, the Cosmological Argument. It is an argument from Contingency. The part of his argument that seems to get a lot of press is his third point. If therefore all things are capable of not existing, there was a time when nothing existed in the universe. In other words, Aquinas seems to be saying that, if there ever was a time when nothing existed, then nothing should exist now. Or, as Martin Heidegger said, why is there something and not nothing? I'm going to cover why we can imagine a future going on forever, but cannot imagine the reverse. Maybe that is because we have never experienced something existing without a cause. Aquinas seems to argue that if there isn't an initial cause, nothing would exist anywhere. I think we can imagine a future going on forever because it's literally all we experience. I don't think there's one human being who can claim that they can travel backwards in time. I am sure that there have been many times where people wish they could simply go back 5 seconds to fix a mistake that is irreversible, but no one has ever been able to actually go backwards. From what I have seen on the internet, when going down a rabbit hole of what the universe is, in terms of the Big Bang, the bang is still banging. I have read that the universe has been expanding ever since, and by the laws of physics, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. My hypothesis is that since the universe has been expanding outward, that is the basis of what we base time and space on. We are literally just moving through the universe on this floating rock in space, and we measure it using a 24-hour-per-day system. The universe could be expanding outward infinitely, or eventually it will collapse back in on itself, if the laws of physics apply to the universe as a whole. That is one idea I have that I ponder from time to time. My second hypothesis as to why we can imagine a future, but not backwards, is because when it comes down to basic needs of survival, we have ingrained in our heads that we have to worry about what we are going to eat tomorrow. Modern mankind in America is somewhat more advanced to where we don't have to hunt our food for dinner ourselves, so we have the privilege to plan for the future in a different way. I personally do not think this world will last forever. Sure, the Earth will be around longer than us humans, but I believe eventually our galaxy will collide with outside galaxies. Do I believe that there has to be a cause for every substance that exists? I would guess that there is not a specific cause per se, but everything might be predetermined in some capacity. No one can predict what caused all the materials on Earth to land here, but we sure are lucky that we have enough resources to survive for a short while. Eventually, the Earth goes through its cycles of breaking down rock and elements through either erosion or volcanic meltdown. I think just as how we randomly came about this Earth, just as randomly everything is here. Now, whether or not you think it's random is up to each person. Everyone can come up with their own reason as to why we are here, but I don't think it's that deep. I believe we are all part of the same consciousness trying to understand itself through different vessels and avenues. There is this really cool idea called the egg theory, and I like it because it takes ideas we have about God and looks at it through a different angle or lens. The shortened or abridged version is that we are all part of the same consciousness, but we don't know it until after we die. So we are all learning from each other, and over time we are reincarnated. We live with the experiences of the past, but we are not aware of any of it. This idea intrigues me a lot because that means that every time we hurt someone or are mean, we are really hurting ourselves. I can only imagine how different everyone would act and treat each other if we knew that the people who we are interacting with feel the exact same as us and are actually us, just through different life situations. This idea insinuates that there is more after we die, and that we just keep growing, and that what lies ahead is out of our level of understanding. I do believe that we know nothing, but we try to rationalize everything, because at the end of the day none of us asked to be here on this planet stuck with responsibilities and obligations. The idea that if there was not an initial cause, nothing would exist? I think it is absurd because I don't think there has to be any cause, unless the meaning of cause in this situation is like cause and effect. Because then I do believe that the initial cause, Big Bang, caused what we are today and what will happen after we die. But I don't think there is a specific reason or cause as to why the world ended up becoming what it is now. Who knows what's across the universe? It could be just a never-ending scale where you can never get too big or too small. There will always be levels to this existence that we will never experience ourselves, so it's just a guessing game. Thank you for staying till the end. Comment down below, what do you think about Aquinas and his arguments? What topic about philosophy should we cover next?